Hey there, it's Nathan, and I just kind of wanted to talk about wokeness because it seems pretty paramount in the world today, and kind of just wanted to take a look at when being inclusive can kind of cross over to being woke, because I do think there is a distinction between the two. Like, I think it can be really good and beneficial to be inclusive, actually, because it's a pretty big world, and there's a lot of different cultures, a lot of different types of people. So I think it can be really good, actually, to include these people and not kind of be kind of closed into kind of your own bubble. But I think this can kind of go over the line, be a little too much, and become woke. So, one, I think if inclusion is enacted purely to be inclusive. So I think this can be okay when you're in a particular genre that is about featuring different types of people, being cultural, or or features diversity. But if you're not in that genre and your main goal is to be inclusive, I think that can kind of affect kind of the quality of content. So I think it can be good to be a goal. So if a goal is to be inclusive, I think that can be great. Two, when it ruins other people's chances. So I think if you have a really good person for whether it be a role or a job, but you pass over this person and pick someone else purely to be inclusive, then I think this can cross over to wokeness. Especially if this first person, is really wanting, really wanting that role or job and is a really good fit for that, then I think that crosses over from inclusion and wokeness. Three, if it starts affecting sales, like if people are not showing up, for a movie, for example, because they think it's going to be woke, then I think that's crossing the line to wokeness. Let's see, I'm on four. Yeah, four, when it gets in the way of the storytelling. So I think it can already be pretty challenging to create something, because you're thinking about all these different things. You want to tell a good story, you want to be inspiring, you want to be motivating. You want to incorporate good elements, you want to have a good message, things like that. And so when you're also trying to be inclusive too, sometimes it can just get in the way of the story, because you're already juggling all these different things, and then you're also having to fit that in there, and then a lot of times it can kind of throw everything out of whack, because you're trying to, everything already has this trajectory, and then all of a sudden you're trying to put something in here, and it just it can completely go off the rails, or just create something completely different. So that's where I think, just trying, being inclusive can kind of cross over to wokeness. And five, and I think this is what it really comes down to, is people thought it was woke. So, if you're walking out of a movie and you say, man, that was woke, then I think, you should really be walking out of a movie really thinking that was good, or that was not good even, or that was okay. Not that was woke. That shouldn't really even be, even in your head at all, really. You should be walking out of a movie thinking, man, that was a really good story. The acting was really good. The cinematography was excellent. Stuff like that. I do remember a time when that was how it was. I think wokeness is actually a pretty recent term. I would have to go back and look when when the word and this idea of wokeness really came about. But yeah, so I think if you feel like it was woke, then it was probably woke. You know what I mean? And I think there is a way to kind of craft diversity and inclusion into a piece of content without it becoming woke. I do think there is a way to make that happen. So there you have it.